Alright, join me for a walk linking 3 windmills in the area. First one we'll be going to is Fulwell, then to Whitburn windmill, then finish off a Cleadon windmill at Cleadon Nature Reserve. I wasn't going to do this walk, I couldn't be bothered, but sometimes you've got to push yourself, haven't you, to get out. So join me on this walk and I'll take you along through a few of the checkpoints. I've never done this walk before, but I'm going to add a slight variation on this one, so you can find the walk online via the South Tyneside Council website. I'll put that in the link somewhere. So I'm going to start off at Tilshed's railway crossing. I'll go along, follow the metro line to Eastbourne metro station, and then go along Moor Lane in Cleadon, and then cross the line to Fulwell Quarry Nature Reserve, then to Fulwell Windmill, and then along through Seaburn Dean, along Seaburn, along the coast, then through to Whitburn and back over to Cleadon. So hope you're enjoying the walk. If you like local walks like this, give it a like or subscribe. It would mean a lot to the channel and for it to grow. Catch you in a bit. Currently walking along Moor Lane at the moment, next to Bowling Flats. There's no pavement on either side of the road, so you've got to be careful. I'm going to turn right into Blue House Lane, I think it is. Blue House Lane. Now we'll go over the foot crossing, over the line. So I'll catch you when we get there. Just gone over Newcastle Road, I think it was, heading towards into the Fulwell Quarry Nature Reserve. basically going through Fulwell Quarry Nature Reserve. I've never been here before. First time, obviously, I haven't been here before. Can anyone tell me what was here before the nature reserve? Probably industry, I suppose. Apart from that, I thought it was going to. It seemed to kept off, so it's a bit overcast, but the sun's trying to get out. So at least it's not raining nowhere anywhere. And I'm actually glad I've got outside, got some steps in, because I feel a lot better, and it's great for your mental health. Fresh air and walking, it's the best medicine you can get, in it. I don't think I'm not far from the first windmill, which is Fulwell Windmill. I'll catch you there in a bit. As you can see, the mirror is fenced off and it's locked, so there's no way you can get to it. But I'll put up a picture of what it used to look like before. Well, I was hoping to see the World War One acoustic mirror, but as you can see, it's fenced off, which is a shame. I'll put some information on about it. It's even got a blue plaque on, so I'm surprised that it's fenced off like that. Never mind. The last miller in the Moody family retired in 1949, leaving a neighbour, Jim Simpson, to carry on working there part-time until 1956. The mill was sadly closed following this, leading to the deterioration of the building fabric and concern among locals that such an important building would be lost. In 1955, Sunderland Corporation responded to these concerns by authorising repair of the windmill. Further restorations in the 1970s through the Tyne Industrial Monuments Trust, and then in 1996 Sunderland City Council began the process that would see Fulwell Windmill restored in 19th century working conditions. There's a path next to a dean called Cutthroat Dean. I think locally it's called Seaburn Dean. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the first time I've seen that on the map, it being called Cutthroat Dean. So there you go. think the official trail, Miller's Trail, is 8 miles, I think. But I've just done 7 there, and it's going to be, I've done a little bit longer. So at the end of the walk, I'll let you know how long I've walked. So rain's held off for a bit, like it was only a little bit of drizzle earlier on. I've had a pint of Seaburn stock. First time I've been in there. I was just in and out, quick pint, refreshment stuff, and that was it. We're back on it now. So this is part of the coastal path, which is now the King George III coastal path. For some reason goes all over the country. So I'll see you when we get to the Whitburn Windmill. There's a few checkpoints along the way, so we'll see you then. It's a canny hole, that, isn't it? I don't know where you got that from. So I'm just walking behind where Whitburn rifle range used to be. I think it was closed by the MOD around about 10-15 years ago. Got mothballed, money, you know, trying to save money, and now it's got a bit of housing estate on some of the land. You can still see some of where the butts used to be, where the ranges. There was 4 ranges at Whitburn. Obviously not in use anymore because being decommissioned. So the next checkpoint we're going to go to, it was like a centre point for when you were using the range. I think it was North Point. So there's a few centre points for Whitburn range. North Point, I can't remember the other ones, but it had to be manned when the ranges were used. So if there was members of the public passing by, you had to ring the range conducting officer, and he or she would stop the firing until that person passed the arc of fire. And that was the same if you had to look, if you were looking into the North Sea, if any boats came into the arc of fire, you had to ring the range conducting officer and get the firing stopped until the object passes out of the arc of fire. So I'll show you some of that when we get there shortly. Getting a bit nippy now, like I must say. I'm wearing shorts and now I'm getting a bit cold. So this is a checkpoint, North Point, Centre Point. What used to be Whitburn Range, which is no longer in operation. Now we have the cons, you have the red flag up, and the public walking past. You had to ring the RC up and say stop the range. Apologies for the wind noise. I forgot to put the wind guard on my mic. That's why the sound's like that. So apologies again, and it won't happen again. Schoolboy error. The Whitburn Windmill was in operation for 100 years and would have ground corn from local farms to make bread. In 1828, the miller was named as John Story and was shown on the final edition of the Ordnance Survey map in 1860 and labelled as a corn mill. In the 1890s, steam mills began to take over, and by 1896 the Whitburn mill was no longer in use. The sails, cap, fantail and grindstones were removed and only the stone tower was left. During the Second World War, the windmill was used as a lookout post for enemy aircraft. It was also used to store grain and other supplies. After the Second World War, the Whitburn windmill fell into disrepair. In 1960, the council took over the ownership of the mill from the church commissioners, and in 1991 the council undertook a massive restoration project. So I'm on 11 miles now. You see, I'm at Cleadon. Nature Reserve now. Last Windmill, it's just over there. Oh, God. So that was the last Windmill, which was Cleadon, and that was Villas trail. I didn't really get much footage of that because there was people knocking around there and I didn't want to wait on too much. As you can see behind us, that's it. This windmill hasn't got any sails. And that's it. As again, if you like this walk, give it a like, subscribe, cheers, catch you on the next one.